Came to warn you, Jack, about a potential and very serious threat to Jabot.
I've stolen Haynes' AI program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested?
Get ready for a week in Genoa City that crackles with enough tension, betrayal, and raw ambition to power the entire state of Wisconsin. The week of October 27th to 31st on the Young, and the Restless promises to be a masterclass in high-stakes drama where past sins cast long shadows and the quest for power threatens to burn everyone it touches. At the center of the maelstrom, as she so often is the brilliantly chaotic Phyllis Summers, who is once again playing with matches in a room full of dynamite. But she's not the only one making moves that could shatter lives forever. From the hallowed halls of the Newman Ranch to the sleek offices of Jabot, everyone is on a collision course with destiny. Phyllis's perilous gambit, a web of deceit. Phyllis Summers is a survivor. She's been knocked down, blacklisted, and presumed dead more times than anyone can count, yet she always rises from the ashes, more determined and, some would argue, more dangerous than before. This week, her signature resilience morphs into a reckless gambit that puts everything she's rebuilt, and everyone she cares about, in the crosshairs. Her primary target remains Danny Romalotti. Phyllis's desire to rekindle their epic romance isn't just about nostalgia, it's about reclaiming a piece of her identity that she believes was stolen from her. Seeing him happy with Christine Blair, the woman she has always viewed as her nemesis, is an unbearable torment. Spoilers indicate that Phyllis will escalate her campaign to drive a wedge between Cricket and Danny. She won't rely on subtle hints or wistful reminiscing anymore. Instead, she masterfully manipulates situations, presenting herself as the vulnerable, misunderstood woman trying to move forward while subtly painting Christine as rigid, judgmental, and unable to understand the new Danny. But Phyllis, in her trademark style, isn't playing just one game. Her involvement with Jordan continues to be a ticking time bomb. What started as a mutually beneficial alliance, two outcasts leveraging each other for revenge and power, is beginning to fray at the edges. Jordan is unpredictable and has a venomous hatred for the Newmans that eclipses even Phyllis's own grudges. Spoilers tease that Phyllis will have a terrifying moment of clarity. She realizes she is in business with a woman who has nothing left to lose. A cryptic warning from a surprising source, possibly even her own son, Daniel, will force her to confront the monster she's unleashed. The question becomes, can she control Jordan? Or has she handed a lit match to an arsonist standing in a field of dry grass? Phyllis's attempt to backpedal or control the narrative with Jordan will be one of the week's most tense storylines, as one wrong move could see her not just losing Danny forever, but facing consequences far more severe than social exile. The Newman legacy, a kingdom under siege. If Phyllis is playing with fire, then Victor Newman is preparing for a war that could be his last. The patriarch's health is a growing concern, a vulnerability he despises and tries to mask with even more aggressive control. His recent maneuvers, including the shocking installation of Adam as CEO, were designed to create a crucible, testing his children in the white-hot fire of corporate combat. This week, the results of that test begin to crystallize, and they are not what he expected. Victor's primary focus is on the reckoning he promised. He is watching, analyzing every move Nick, Victoria, and Adam make. He expects betrayal, but the source may surprise him. Victoria, still reeling from being ousted, is not quietly licking her wounds. She is strategizing with a cold fury, and her plans may involve forming an alliance she once would have considered unthinkable. Meanwhile, Nick's dissatisfaction with his father's methods reaches a boiling point. His moral compass is clashing violently with the cutthroat world of Newman Enterprises, and he begins to question his very place in the family empire. A profound confrontation with Victor is inevitable, one that could sever their already strained bond permanently. And then there's Adam. Seated in the CEO's chair he so desperately craved, he finds it colder and more precarious than he imagined. Every decision is scrutinized, Every order is met with silent resistance from his siblings and their loyalists. The weight of his father's expectations and his own tumultuous history bears down on him. A critical business decision he makes this week will have immediate and devastating repercussions, proving to Victor that raw ambition is no substitute for stable leadership. The question of whether Adam is truly reformed or simply a wolf in a more expensive suit will be answered, and the answer will send shockwaves through the company. Crossroads and consequences. The rest of Genoa City. While the Newmans battle for supremacy and Phyllis dances on the edge of a volcano, the rest of Genoa City's residents are facing their own life-altering choices. Billy and Chelsea. A partnership tested. The partnership between Billy Abbott and Chelsea Lawson is at a critical juncture. Their combined trauma and desire for redemption made them a powerful, if unconventional, team. However, their shared animosity towards Adam is a volatile foundation. This week, as Adam stumbles at Newman, Billy sees a prime opportunity to strike a decisive blow. He will push for an aggressive, high-risk business move designed to capitalize on Adam's weakness and cripple Newman Enterprises. Chelsea, however, is hesitant. Despite her anger, a part of her still feels the ghost of her connection to Adam, and more importantly, she fears the collateral damage. She knows that in a war between Billy and Adam, her son, Connor, is the one who ultimately suffers. Her internal conflict will create a major rift in her professional and personal relationship with Billy. Can their alliance survive if they are no longer united in their vengeance? Nate's calculated climb. Nate Hastings, now firmly embedded at Newman, is playing the long game. He provided Victor with crucial information and was rewarded with a position of influence. But Nate is savvy enough to know that favor with Victor is a fickle thing. This week, he works to consolidate his power, carefully navigating the minefield of family loyalties. He will find himself acting as an unlikely intermediary between Victoria and Adam, trying to broker a fragile peace for the sake of business stability. However, his maneuvers will not go unnoticed. Elena begins to see the ambitious, calculating side of the man she loved, forcing her to question whether the end of their relationship was truly about his betrayal or about her inability to keep up with his relentless drive. The Abbott family, a pillar of stability shaken. At Jabot, Jack Abbott continues to be the steady hand on the wheel, but even he cannot escape the drama swirling around his family. He will grow increasingly concerned about Billy's obsession with destroying Adam, recognizing the self-destructive path his brother is on. A heartfelt, brotherly conversation will take place, with Jack pleading with Billy to focus on building his own legacy at Chancellor Winters rather than tearing down Adams. Meanwhile, Diane Jenkins Abbott continues to enjoy her hard-won domestic bliss, but the past is never far behind. A ghost from her previous schemes, perhaps a mention of Jeremy Stark or her own fabricated death, will resurface, causing a moment of panic. She will confide in Jack, and his unwavering support will be a testament to how far they've come, but it's a stark reminder that in Genoa City, The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 27th to 31st reveal that Kane Ashby warns Jack Abbott. I came to warn you, Jack, about a potential and very serious threat to Jabot, Kane tells Jack and Diane. Phyllis Summers makes an intriguing offer to Victor Newman. I've stolen Kane's L program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested? The redhead asks the mustache. Billy Abbott punches Adam Newman, leaving Chelsea Lawson in shock. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, October 27th. Kane makes a confession to Lily. Daniel and Tessa set ground rules. Adam and Chelsea face an unexpected challenge. Y&R spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th. Victor strikes an unexpected deal. Jack receives a cryptic message. Adam pushes Billy too far. Nikki and Victoria arrive in Los Angeles. Kyle interrogates Sienna. Phyllis protects her interests. Y&R spoilers for Thursday, October 30th. Victor offers Michael a second chance. Billy and Phyllis trade intel. Jack takes a stand to protect Jabot. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, October 31st. Sharon's search for answers sends her down a dangerous path. Holden sees a new side to Claire. Kyle goes the extra mile for Harrison. Last week on The Young and the Restless, Kyle dug dirt on Holden. Claire was disappointed in Kyle after he told her he was leaving LA. Phyllis crashed Cricket's bachelorette party, ruining the mood. Danny got worried about the redhead, who admitted that there's no way she can accept Christine as his wife. Tessa and Daniel shared a kiss. However, Tessa clarified that she intends to fight for her marriage. Plus, Nick and Sharon were worried about Noah's condition. Monday, October 24th. Nate receives a surprise invitation, Cricket's bachelorette party takes an unexpected turn, and Phyllis plots her revenge. Tuesday, October 25th. Kane tries to make amends with Devon, Tessa makes a bold move, and Phyllis places a risky bet. Wednesday, October 26th. Sharon and Nick worry about Noah's condition. Mariah is confronted by her past, and Daniel makes a tough decision. Thursday, October 27th. Nick meets Sienna. Phyllis catches Kane off guard, and Kyle digs for dirt on Holden. Friday, October 28th. Phyllis and Kane reach an understanding. Kyle grills Sienna for intel, and Sally goes out on a limb for Audra. Spoiler highlights. Can't miss moments. A shocking proposition. Phyllis, backed into a corner by Jordan, makes a desperate and shocking proposal to an old enemy in a bid to save herself. Victor's health scare. The stress of the family war takes a visible toll on Victor, leading to a private medical episode that he desperately tries to hide, raising the alarm for Nikki and Nick. A kiss that changes everything. In a moment of shared vulnerability, Billy and Chelsea cross a line, turning their professional partnership into something much more complicated and passionate. Daniel's ultimatum. Witnessing his mother's downward spiral, Daniel delivers a heartbreaking ultimatum: get real help and cut ties with Jordan, or risk losing her relationship with her granddaughter, Lucy, forever. A mysterious visitor arrives. A new face arrives in Genoa City with a direct connection to Jordan's dark past, suggesting that her vendetta against the Newmans is far more complex and deeply rooted than anyone knew. The verdict: a week of no return. The final days of October in Genoa City are not just another week of soap opera drama. They are a pivot point. Characters are making choices from which there is no return. Phyllis is gambling with a danger she cannot comprehend, and the fallout will not be contained to her alone. Victor's master plan is unraveling, threatening to consume his children and his legacy in the process. Love, power, and revenge are the currencies of this world, and this week, everyone is spending recklessly. As the flames of Phyllis's games rise higher, the real question is, who will be left standing when the smoke finally clears? Tune in, because in Genoa City, when someone plays with fire, the entire town is destined to get burned. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, October 27th, reveal emotional tension and hard choices for some of Genoa City's most conflicted characters. Kane finally comes clean to Lily about a costly mistake, while Tessa and Daniel struggle with complicated feelings. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Adam find themselves caught in another of Victor's manipulative schemes. The episode promises to mix guilt, temptation, and power plays, all signature YNR drama moments that keep fans glued to their screens. Kane's costly confession to Lily. Kane, Billy Flynn, has spent weeks trying to prove to Lily, Crystal Khalil, that he's a changed man. But this week, his plan hits a major setback. He's forced to admit that the AI computer program he promised to deliver was stolen, and the culprit is none other than Phyllis, Michelle Stafford. Using public Wi-Fi at Crimson Lights, Phyllis managed to hack into Kane's system and walk away with the entire program. This revelation not only makes Kane look careless, but also reignites old trust issues with Lily. Kane insists that he's still trying to do the right thing, but his failure could have far-reaching consequences for both their professional and personal futures. His confession may test whether Lily's forgiveness has any limits. Tessa, Kate Fairbanks, and Daniel, Michael Graziade, find themselves in an uncomfortable emotional space after Tessa drunkenly made a move on him. Daniel, though kind, gently turned her down, insisting they should remain friends. With Mariah, Cameron Grimes, still distant and consumed by her own inner struggles, Tessa feels isolated and unsure where she stands. As the two set ground rules for future interactions, Fans can expect heartfelt but awkward scenes as they navigate unspoken emotions. Their friendship may be tested, and lingering chemistry could make maintaining boundaries difficult, especially as Tessa continues to seek connection and Daniel tries to keep things professional. Chelsea and Adam's uneasy alliance. Chelsea, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam, Mark Grossman, are once again drawn into Victor's, Eric Braeden orbit. Though they share a home, a child, and even a business, their conversations continue to revolve around Billy, Jason Thompson, and Sally, Courtney Hope, both sore points in their lives. The manipulative Victor seems to enjoy keeping them distracted, issuing new orders that force them to act as his pawns. The pair's latest assignment from Victor could push their relationship into even murkier territory. Whether Chelsea and Adam can maintain stability amid manipulation remains to be seen. For now, their bond feels more like a business arrangement than a true partnership. The previous episode of The Young and the Restless saw Phyllis and Kane reaching an understanding despite her stealing his AI program and lying about it. Kyle grilled Sienna for intel about Holden, considering she knew him and his past. And then lastly, Sally went out on a limb to help Audra. From interrogations and chances to key intel and risky paths, the audience has plenty to look forward to on the soap opera show. Here's what fans can expect from the upcoming week on The Young and the Restless when they tune in to CBS to watch the daytime drama revolving around Genoa City. The first episode of the week features Kane making a confession to Lily. Is this about Phyllis stealing his AI program? How will she react to him being unable to fulfill her promise? Daniel and Tessa set ground rules. Is this due to their drunken kiss? Adam,